Time passed, and David became one of King Saul's favorites. Wherever Saul sent him, David went, and he carried himself with wisdom and honor. The king placed him over the men of war, and David quickly became admired by the soldiers, loved by the people, and respected by all who served in the royal court. The people loved David. All were amazed by his courage. There was no doubt that the hand of the Lord was upon him.
Look, it's David! He's the one who killed the giant! When I grow up, I want to be just like you.
Then never turn away from the Lord your God.
Meanwhile, the bond between David and Jonathan grew stronger with every passing day. What began as admiration had become a true friendship, one forged in faith, loyalty, and the fire of battle. They were the very image of a friendship blessed by God, but neither of them knew that everything was about to change.
Next time I'll beat you, you'll see.
Keep dreaming!
We finally made it!
I told you I'd beat you here.
You beat me? What about this? Look out below!
Bet you can't catch me now. You are so gonna get it!
Promise me we'll always be best friends.
I promise.
Friends forever.
During the great parade of victory over the Philistines, joy filled the streets of Israel. But in the heart of King Saul, something darker began to stir. As the people shouted David's name and celebrated his triumphs, jealousy crept in, and the seed of envy took root within the king's heart.
Saul has slain his thousands, David his 10,000s way. Saul is a warrior, strong and brave, but David's the one God's hand did raise.
Why do they praise David more than me? I am the king. This little shepherd thinks he can come and take the glory that belongs to me.
But jealousy began to poison Saul's heart. The songs that once praised him now praised David, and the sound of those words pierced deeper than any sword. The heart of a king was turning against the very man God had chosen. One night, as David played his harp to soothe the king, Saul's eyes filled with rage. He seized his spear and hurled it across the room, hatred now stronger than reason. And so the days passed. Saul could no longer bear David's presence. What once was admiration had turned to fear, and fear gave birth to madness. Saul sent his men to kill David, but he did not count on Jonathan, a friend whose loyalty burned brighter than the king's wrath.
I have to warn David so he can save his life.
David! Where are you, David? David! David! Where are you? David, listen to me. You have to go now. There's no time, Nad. You must leave.
What? What's going on, Jonathan? My father sent his men for you. He's jealous because there's no doubt that God is with you and that he will give you the kingdom.
What have I done? What is my crime? What sin have I committed against your father that he seeks my life?
I've done nothing to him. I'm sorry, my friend. I don't know what's happening to my father, but you have to go. Now. Your father knows we're friends, Jonathan. He won't tell you what he's planning because he knows you'd warn me. But I can feel it. I'm a dead man walking. Don't say that, David. Whatever you need, whatever it takes us, I'll do it. Tomorrow, the king will expect me at his table. Tell him I went to Bethlehem for a family sacrifice. If he stays calm, I'll be safe. If he gets angry, you'll know he wants me gone.
If you truly think there is wickedness in me, then kill me yourself right now. You do not need to bring me to your father.
Of course not, David. If I ever knew my father was plotting against you, don't you think I'd tell you? But then who will warn me if your father answers harshly? He will keep you watched. Come, let's walk for a bit. The Lord God of Israel be witness between us, whether I ask my father today or tomorrow.
If I find out that my father does not plan to harm you, I will tell you. And if I find out that he wants to get rid of you, I will tell you too. I'll warn you so you can flee in peace, and may God be with you, just as he was with my father in his time. But please, David, you must promise me, when the Lord gives you victory over your enemies, you will show kindness to me and to my family. Please, promise me. Don't let the name of Jonathan be erased from the house of David. We will always be friends. I promise, my friend. No matter what happens, we'll always be friends. But tell me, what's the plan for tomorrow? I will go out into the field as if I am practicing. If I tell my servant the arrows are closer, it means you are safe. But if I say they are farther away, it means you must run.
I feel so sad. I've done nothing wrong, and now I have to run like a criminal. May God be with you and with me forever.
Where is the son of Jesse? He wasn't here yesterday, and he's not here today. Where is he?
He asked me for permission to go to Bethlehem, Father. His family is offering the annual sacrifice.
So it's true. You spoiled child, you've chosen him over your own father. You are a disgrace to your mother and to me. Don't you see? As long as he lives, the kingdom of this family, your kingdom, is in danger.
Why must David die? What has he done so wrong? Why do you rage against him? Father, can't you see? Your jealousy is wounding your heart. You've turned away from God.
Get out of my sight, traitor!
Hatred has blinded you so much that you no longer care about attacking your own son. May God help you. Lord, even in my hardest moments, I will worship you. You are still my help. You are my shepherd. I shall not want. Lord, please, watch over my friend David. Do not abandon him. Fulfill your promises in his life.
Early morning, Jonathan walks out carrying his bow, a young servant following behind him. His face is pale. He knows what he must do. That day, he went to the field to shoot arrows, the secret signal he and David had agreed upon.
I'll guide you to where the arrows fall. Are you ready?
Yes, my lord.
Go on then, go.
David was hiding nearby, waiting to see the signal from his friend, the sign that would reveal the outcome of their plan.
Run! It's farther away! Hurry! Go!
David understood the signal, and his heart grew heavy. He knew he could no longer stay. He would have to flee and live as a fugitive, far from his family, and from his best friend. Jonathan sent the servant back home with the arrows, then, with tears in his eyes, ran to say goodbye to David. David and Jonathan stood face to face one last time. No words could ease the pain, only tears, and the silent understanding between two souls bound by faith and loyalty. They embraced, knowing this would be their final farewell. And so it was. That was the last time they ever saw each other. Jonathan would later fall in battle beside his father, King Saul, but the memory of their friendship would live in David's heart forever. After parting ways with Jonathan, David fled into the wilderness, running from King Saul, who was now consumed by jealousy and rage. His first stop was the town of Nob, where the priest Ahimelech welcomed him with caution. Hungry and weary, David asked for food, and the priest gave him the consecrated bread, the same bread from the house of God. Before leaving, Ahimelech placed in his hands a familiar weapon, the very sword of Goliath, the giant he had once defeated. But David's flight was far from over. As he said goodbye to Ahimelech, he didn't realize that one of Saul's servants had been watching from the shadows. That man went straight to report David's whereabouts to the king. When Saul heard that David had been seen, his anger burned hotter than ever. Blinded by jealousy and rage, he gathered his men and set out to hunt David down, determined to end his life once and for all.
Cannot be far!
In his desperation to escape Saul's wrath, David went to Gath, not just any place, but the land of the Philistines, his former enemies. The Philistines still despised him for killing their champion Goliath and for the victories he had won against them. When David was recognized, fear gripped his heart. So, to save his life, he pretended to be insane, acting like a madman until they finally drove him out of the city. After leaving Gath, David regained his composure, no longer pretending to be insane. Weary but resolute, he continued his journey until he found refuge in the cave of Adullam, hidden deep among the hills. When his brothers and his father's household heard where he was, they came to him. Soon, others began to gather, the distressed, the indebted, and those broken in spirit. David became their leader, their shelter, their hope. And there, in that cave, about 400 men were united, not by power or wealth, but by purpose and by the hand of God. In the cave of Adullam, that humble refuge, David's character was forged. In the silence, it was only his heart, his faith, and his love for God that kept him standing. Though he led just a handful of men in that cave, one day he would lead a nation, millions of Israelites under God's hand. For years, King Saul hunted David through the deserts of En-Gedi, Ziph, and Maon. Twice, David had the chance to take Saul's life, but he refused, saying, "I will not lift my hand against the Lord's anointed." In doing so, David proved his reverence for God and the purity of his heart, showing mercy even to the man who sought his death. While David was still in hiding, the Philistines launched a fierce attack against Israel on Mount Gilboa. King Saul was wounded in battle, and rather than be captured by his enemies, he fell on his own sword. His sons, including Jonathan, also died that day, fighting bravely by their father's side. When David received the news, he wept bitterly. His heart broke for the death of King Saul, and for his best friend, Jonathan, the one he had loved as his own soul. After Saul's death, and following days of hiding and exile, David was anointed king over Judah and Hebron. In time, all the elders of Israel came to him, acknowledging that God himself had chosen David. And there, in Hebron, they anointed him king over all Israel, fulfilling the promise spoken long ago. The shepherd had become a king, but more than that, he had become a man after God's own heart. His journey was not defined by battles or crowns, but by faith, humility, and a heart that never stopped seeking the Lord. David was not a perfect man, but through every mistake and every victory, God remained first in his life. His deepest desire was to serve him, just as ours should be.